So one of the other questions that we get a lot from Queens home buyers when they're starting out in their house hunt is, can't you just show me houses? So a lot of times on an initial conversation, or if you speak with a buyer agent, a good buyer agent for the first time, then one of the things that they might suggest to you is let's meet in our office, or let's schedule a meeting. A buyer consultation is the term, and it might be let's meet at a coffee shop. Let's go. They might visit you in person, or they might invite you to their office to sit down for an hour and a half, just to go through your whole criteria of what you're looking for and talk through all of your ideas. One of the responses that we get a lot from home buyers is, can't you just go and show me houses? So for some reason, this initial consultation, this buyer consultation, sometimes escapes people, and for potential home buyers, they don't understand the importance of having this buyer consultation. So can an agent just go out and show you properties? Definitely. Can you find some agents that will do that? Yes, you will. You'll have any agent who is trying to get a deal, or isn't a very high producing buyer agent, or isn't a very effective buyer agent. They might just ask you a few questions, and then they might just send you listings and start showing you properties. But what we've found and what we've seen in our experience is that the best buyer agents, and the agents who have a high ratio of finding a buyer, talking to a buyer, finding out what they want, and then finding the property that they're looking for and helping that buyer get that property, those buyer agents, the really highly effective ones and the high producing ones, they typically work by consultation as a first step. So for a good buyer's agent, if you ask them this question, can you just show me houses? Most of the time their answer will be no, because a good buyer's agent just doesn't operate that way. A good buyer's agent typically will say, first thing we need to do is sit down and meet. We need to have this buyer consultation, because they understand that if they don't sit with you and actually ask you all of the questions that they need to ask you to find out exactly what you're looking for, then they understand that going out to just view properties will most likely end up just being a waste of your time and a waste of their time. So you might very well end up just going to see properties that don't even meet your criteria. And the worst thing for a buyer's agent, or for a buyer in general, is you walk into the front door of a house and immediately find out that this is you can immediately tell that this property isn't for you. So a good buyer's agent will suggest always to sit down, either you in their office, them visiting you at a coffee shop. There's different ways that they do it, but they would sit down with you, talk through all of your ideas, find out exactly what you're looking for. Then they would go and start to narrow down the properties, and then schedule appointments to go see those properties in person. And usually what that does is make the best use of your time, of the buyer's agent's time. It makes it a more effective approach, and ultimately what usually ends up happening is that you'll end up finding the property that you really like. You make an offer, and that buyer agent will help you negotiate that offer to hopefully end up winning the bid and getting the property that you really like. So to answer that question, can we just show you properties, or can't you just show me properties? For some agents, the answer to that will be yes, and they'll probably just send you listings, and they'll be happy to show you properties and just hope that you buy one of them. But if you're talking to a good buyer's agent or an experienced agent, and you ask them that question, 9 times out of 10, their answer will be no, we can't show you properties without sitting down first, because they understand the importance of the buyer consultation and finding out exactly what you're looking for. And on top of that, that meeting is where you and the agent will also determine whether you're a good fit for each other, and whether you want to work with them as your agent, and vice versa. This meeting is where a good agent also determines whether you're a client that they would want to work with also. So it's a two-way street. The initial consultation really helps to get all your ideas out there, get all of your criteria out there to tell somebody with experience, so you can get some expert advice. And on top of that, it lets you and the agent find out if it will be a good fit and if it does make sense for you both to work together. Okay, so hope that answers your question. If you have any question regarding this, or if you would like to schedule a buyer consultation with one of our team members, feel free to reach out to us anytime. Okay, thanks a lot. Take care.